How's it going, guys? It's a huge day here at the BDT factory, and as you can tell, oh my gosh, the B9's on the dyno again. But we are not just showing you BDT's tune today. We got IE and 034 tune. They're not repping us. We paid out of pocket to show you guys this data. What is it going to show you? Well, I got the Stage 2 TCU on both platforms, all through BDT IE 034. Stage 2 TCUs. All will be loaded on. Then we have Stage 1 Plus, or Stage 1, whatever you want to call it, from IE 034 and BDT. Full E85 tune. Now, on to what we're going to do here. We're going to load the tune, obviously, do a run, and then we're going to give it 2 minutes. After that, we're going to go ahead and hit it again. Show you some numbers because they're going to cool down for a second, and I want to show you what it's going to do after it's heat soaked. We're going to log the car so you see the differences between boost curves and timing. Those are the big things. And cam phasing if they even touched it. All right, before we hit that dyno, guys, what are the conditions? Well, it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 60% humidity. Yuck. It's not gonna make the best power, but hey, we're gonna show you some numbers. Note my machine shows DA. We're sitting at 1,000, 1,100 at the moment. Let's hit that dyno. All right, guys, so you can see this is BDT, green and red, 034, white and yellow, IE is gray and purple. So jump right into this. BDT taking at the top, 317, while the 034 is at 290, so about a 20 horsepower gain difference. And then we have their 280, 270 from IE. So you guys can see I ramp it up pretty hard. Now it's moved down to the end of the RPM range. So you guys can see, obviously, we take the lead as far as horsepower in the early on RPMs. Now down at the end, we're tapering off boost. I'm at 370, 034 at 380. So 10 horsepower difference. IE, not too shabby. They're just doing what they gotta do. So these are really marginal. There's the data on the graph. All right, guys, this is the first dyno that is mine. Well, it's BDT's. Just showing you the data. 100% throttle, open up all the time, although full run at least. Ignition angle, jumping into the log here. When we started, we're at 7.5. Mid-run, 3,600 RPMs. We just hit 18.5. And at the top end here, we're hitting 24 to 25, right at the very top, 6,200 RPMs. Cool, cool. Now looking bad, let's show you the boost. So we're hitting here max 26, just in case you don't know how to do the numbers. 26 minus 1,000, because that's atmospheric pressure, 1,000, so it's 1.6 times 14.7. 23 to 24 PSI. I'm tapering down to 2,500, just to show you the data here. 22. So tapering to 22 there. Not too bad. Doing exactly how I wanted it to roll. Now let's show you 034s. All right, so 034 is running right there at this RPM, 3,200. They're running 2,500, which is 22 PSI. It raises up to, at 4,400 to 20, we'll call that 2,600. All right, so at the top end here, they're running 23 to 24 PSI, and then they drop drastically down to 2,200. Let's do the math here. Tapering down to 18. So just note, guys, this is at 4,500, and then at 6,300, just diving off. Now, other things you really care about is ignition timing. All right, so the beginning of the run, 2,700. We're at 15.5, so they definitely come in stronger with ignition timing down low compared to my tune. And then at the very top, 25.5. We both end at the exact ignition timing on both BDT and 034's tune. They have a nice linear. It's a little bumpy. No, I have zero smoothing on the dyno, so this is really going to show you the data. IE's tune. All right, so coming in at 3,000 RPMs, they're already at 13.5. So they both are really aggressive with ignition timing down low, and then they're ending up top 23 degrees. Not too bad. Now let's look at the boost. All right, so the spike right in the beginning at 3,000, they have an extreme spike, which is, hey, I do the same thing. I want you to get hit when you drive the car. 034 is nice and smooth. Or, well, they move the power band up top. So 25, we'll call it 2,500, so that's about 20, 21 PSI. Then it tapers down to, let's see, it hits that spike for a second, drops down to 2,300, 19 PSI. So a little 20, 21 spike, 19 PSI, and then they come back up and taper or rise it again. Doesn't even hit 2,500. I'm just gonna give it a 2,400, so 1.4. They are maxing the turbo out at 21 PSI on their stage one, tapering down to, so they're about 19, 20 PSI tapering it. Not too bad. Just to let you know, the max boost, they are gonna hit at 5,100 RPMs. So not too shabby. Just so you guys can see exhaust. You guys saw my exhaust. They have a nice slope. I don't know if they really adjusted it because I don't know what OEM is. I'd have to compare to my stock tune. There's that. And then we have intake. You guys remember I dropped off at pretty low. They leave it pretty advanced on the cam profiling. So let's just show you they're at -1 degree on the cam phasing. Jump back to 034s just to show you the cam profiling. All right, so you guys can see nice, good, smooth curve. 6 degrees up top. Go with the exhaust. And they're -5, so they did adjust the exhaust cam phasing. So there you are, guys. That is the data side of it. All right, guys, you can tell I am sweating. It is hot, and this car was not in the best environment for making the max power. But hey, we all got to see the differences between the tunes and the power bands. BDT really jumping up in the bottom end, giving you that grunt. 034 is still giving a nice curve earlier than IE as far as reaching its max power. IE is a very nice linear curve, but they maximize the power at 5,000 RPMs. So note, guys, we are all custom tuners. And my question to you is, where do you want your power band? Do you want it down low, or do you want a nice smooth taper up to the top? Or do you really just want it to hit you and then start tapering off at the end? It's all up to you guys to decide. Comment down below, tell me what you think, and I hope this video delivered the information you guys have been waiting for. Thank you for tuning in, and stay BDT tuned.